right. So, I guess I lied to you guys because actually Matt and I are here for the final three episodes of the Black Mirror season six review. Um, Full disclosure, I recorded my episode on Beyond the Sea maybe a week and a half ago, and it was 4 minutes long. And I was like, you know what? That feels real thin. Maybe I should do this with Matt. So we're just gonna do the rest of these together. So season six, episode three, Beyond the Sea. This one you got Aaron Paul, Josh Hartnett, and Kate Mirror. Aaron Paul and Josh Hartnett are astronauts in 1969. And in this universe, we have technology where astronauts can be wherever in space, and they put themselves in these like systems, and they can control a robot of themselves back on Earth so they can spend time with family, or just not be confined by space travel, the spaceship. And one evening, Josh Hartnett's robot is attacked along with his family, who's murdered by like a kind of Charlie Manson type character played by Rory Culkin, who is like anti like robot people, and he feels like it's not natural to the natural world. So they murder his wife, his kids, and they destroy his robot. And that leaves him basically going insane, full of grief on the spaceship, while Aaron Paul is living his life in his robot. So Aaron Paul decides to like, hey, just so that you're not so confined in the spaceship, you can hop in mine and stretch your legs, get some fresh air, as it were. And slowly but surely, Josh Hartnett tries to have sex with Aaron Paul's wife. And that doesn't go well when Aaron Paul finds out what's going on. And by the end of it, Josh Hartnett kills Aaron Paul's family so that they are on the same page. What'd you think of this episode?
It was wild. Um, Aaron Paul is way too fucking nice. Like
Yeah.
after the first time when she was doing stuff, we would have been like, nah, buddy. Also, I'm assuming they cannot drive the spaceship, right?
What do you mean?
They cannot go home. It has to be like they you can't be like, man, I'm done with this mission. Let's go home.
Oh, no, I mean, you know how space missions are like they're light years away from Earth. So even if they turned the spaceship around, they wouldn't get home for like 2 years.
Right. Because but they had to spend 4 more up there when all this stuff was going on.
Right. So I would assume like they spend maybe one and that maybe 6 more months up there, and then they probably turn around. And then it would be
Oh,
2.5 years back or whatever, year and a half back.
because I kept thinking, I was like, it's not that important. I would have been like, yeah, I need to come get me. I'm out here. But like, if it's light years, that's different. But no, I felt like when he went down there, he was like all the painting stuff and everything. And when he got the first, also, I didn't like how when the first incident was, he hit his son and his wife was all upset. And then Aaron Paul agreed with, that was the first red flag. Then again, where you try to seduce your wife and everything, my and then he let him come back and stuff. My thing is you have to read the room.
Okay.
This man has nothing else to lose.
Right.
Do you are tempting fate by having him go back? Do you really believe he was just going to be like, "Hey, wife"? No, after you punched him and everything, said she didn't want nothing to do with you.
Mm.
I thought he was going to kill him, like when he left them out in space or whatever.
Oh yeah. But that
But that
also
was
would have been a death sentence for him.
right because it's a 2-man operation. But when he went back and did it, I was just like, and he's gonna have to sit back and just basically same thing with him. Only difference is the killer is sitting next to him versus the
Yeah.
other guy. There was somebody different.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. It was interesting, but yeah, he was way too nice.
Yeah, so like my first thing about this episode is that it's an hour and 20 minutes, and I didn't like
Uh-huh.
that shit. Like, and I'm saying that before I even started it because it's like I was trying to like watch it in the evening, like before bed, and I'm like, I'm gonna fall asleep on this.
Right.
Uh, I thought it was an excellent episode of TV, a really solid episode of Black Mirror. Aaron Paul was acting his ass off in this shit. Like
Yes.
since he had to play like two people. Josh Hartnett was solid too, and it's like we haven't really seen him in a lot of stuff lately. So I see you trying to make a comeback. I see you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He was
Um,
very calm, like calm demeanor every time that
mhm,
he was there. Yeah.
mhm. I do wonder, and I always wonder in like movies or or TV shows or whatever when it's like a very small cast like this, where how they would have performed if they would have switched roles.
Mm-hmm.
So I do wonder how Josh Hartnett would have handled the Aaron Paul role.
Right. Mm. I think it would have been fine.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, he's a solid actor. But no, I agree. It's like you're tempting fate. Like, I understand, like, you don't want your partner to like go insane in space, but like he clearly overstepped. And also, I don't think that you should be hitting anybody in a robot body because it's like that's not a human hand hitting someone. That is
Right.
a metal something or other.
But yeah, his son is bad for just doing what he did to the painting. But yeah, you don't need to be hitting. You should never hit nobody else's kids,
It was a
even if he
different
do.
time, man.
Oh yeah, that's true. And he thought it was his daddy. So yeah,
Well, I don't think that he thought it was his dad. I think that was part of the thing why he did that to the
because he knew it
painting.
wasn't his dad.
Yeah, and like that was after Josh Hartnett was doing some foolishness in his dad's body.
Okay, so the son knew.
Yes, I feel like he was trying that was his way of defending his mom sort of.
Okay,
That's my interpretation of it.
okay. I mean, that might be true.
But yeah. But no, I thought it was a pretty solid episode. I don't know if it needed to be that long, honestly.
Right. Like them going to the. Oh no, you needed that to go to the library. I was about to say them going to the store to get more paint, but now they needed to go to the bookstore for him to pick that out. So you needed that part. So I mean, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you need a time for when you tell these stories.
All right. What about the next one?
Mazey Day, a troubled Scarlet is dogged by invasive paparazzi while dealing with the consequences of a hit and run accident. This one took a toll I did not expect at all. I thought we was about to. This is about
The
the
evils of
problem with
the opera. Yeah.
paparazzis and everything, and then it just goes left from here. I was just like, I liked it and I didn't like that. I'm like, you can't tell us one story 95% of the time, and then in the last 10 minutes switch it up.
Yes.
But also it adds to something too. So, what was your thoughts about this one?
So I'm with you. Like I was like, okay, this is interesting. Like how well I like that it was set in the 2000s, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's around I feel like that's around the time TMZ, the TV show, was getting popular, maybe.
Maybe
Maybe. I don't know. So we never really looked at like how the paparazzi like they do kind of fucking suck, And
they
like
all
I'm like,
do.
okay, and I'm like, okay, yeah, Black Mirror about to tear y'all down. And then when we got to the point of them going to like the rehab facility, and like I had to pause to do something, and the show said there was 15 minutes left. I was like, oh, y'all about to fuck this up. Like we are not about to stick this landing. I don't know what's about to happen,
Right,
but I feel
right.
like something stupid is about to happen. Like
Oh wait, so
we
let me give you more information. So basically, it boils down to you have a movie star. She's on some drugs. She gets into a hit and run. She leaves, and the next thing you know, the media haven't seen her, and like all the journalists or all the paparazzi are trying to get it. It's a large sum if you get pictures of her through means. One of the paparazzi people finds out her location, and she's like at a rehab facility.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really care for this episode either. She's a werewolf.
So what the point was a hit and run? She got bit by that man?
Yes. because she remember she got out the car, but we didn't see what happened after she got out the car.
Oh, so she got bit by the man who was a werewolf that turned her into a werewolf. So then that's where,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. This was the lesser of the episodes for me.
I will say this, like I did not, yeah, of all like spoilers of this entire season, this was my least favorite episode.
Mhm.
But I will say this in this episode's defense, um, the next episode, they're like they title it like a red mirror presentation or whatever.
Mhm.
And I saw something that said Red Mirror is a spinoff that they're thinking about doing, where Black Mirror is about like the horrors of technology. Red Mirror would be like more supernatural. And
Mhm.
so if you look at it from a lens of like the first half of season 6, the first 3 episodes were Black Mirror, and the last 2 episodes were like people trying to see if people will like Red Mirror, then
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, well, this isn't as bad. Cause it's like
Right.
Black Mirror, I expect some sort of technology slant.
Right.
So
I'm here for Red Mirror.
right.
Not based
It's
off this
just
episode though.
no, I agree. Like, even if this was like a Red Mirror episode, it's not that good, I don't think. But
Right. Right.
if you just look at it from the perspective of this technically isn't Black Mirror, it's
Right.
slightly better,
Right. Okay.
in my opinion. Um, then we also, I mean, I like Zazie Beats and like everything she does. Love her.
Yeah.
So the last one for season 6 is Demon 79. This one takes place in 1979. We follow an Indian young woman who works at a department store, and she's just a subject of racism, like whether it's in her neighborhood or at her job, or these aren't even microaggressions; they are blatantly being racist.
Yeah.
And
They painting on
so
her door and stuff. Yeah.
we get to the point where she finds this like little domino looking thing. And
It was like a talisman.
yeah. And demon comes out and he's like, hey, so here's the deal. You need to kill a person a day for the next 3 days, or the world's going to end. And so it's like the push and pull and the back and forth of like, okay, is this actually happening? Am I not well mentally? And eventually she starts murdering people and like
You know what I thought of when I heard that part? Cabin in the
what?
Woods.
I've never seen. Wait, oh yeah, I have seen Cabin in the Woods. With
Well,
Chris Hemsworth,
Batista.
right?
No, with
Oh,
Batista.
not knock at the knock at the
Oh,
door, or
oh,
something like
sorry.
that.
Knock at the Cabin. Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah,
one. It was
yeah,
the same thing.
yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, I didn't think about that until you said that just now. So yeah, she does end up failing at her mission. She doesn't kill the last person, and from what we as an audience see, the world ends. But was it all in her head? Um, this episode is not a Black Mirror episode. Like, it actually opens by saying this is a Red Mirror episode.
Mhm.
I liked it quite a bit. Um,
Me
if
too.
they would,
I really like this episode.
I feel like if they would have just been like on the last episode, just been like, here's an episode, would I have liked it as much? I think I would have, because it was
Mhm.
solid. It was written
Right,
well. Like, we expected from the very beginning, supernatural shit's gonna happen. It's not gonna just come out of nowhere.
right. And I loved. I don't know how long this one was, but I loved everything about this one. About how it was a demon first, but she liked that singer, so it was him and that actor. Do you have his name?
Papa S. Adieu?
All right, you guy, great job. I thought he was great at this.
Yeah, he was really good.
I like how she's so like she doesn't want to do it, but then she does it. I like this is a great episode
Yes.
all the way through. Um, I'm trying to think of like little stuff in there. Oh, when they go kill the the guy who killed his wife, and
Mhm.
like the whole scene there where he's trying to talk to her, and then at one point he's like, "Oh, he needs to clean up downstairs," and then he asks her, he's like, "Wait, are you really going to have sex with him?" And then she's like, "No." He's like, "Okay, just making sure." Like
Right,
little
right.
stuff like that. Yeah.
No, it did. I was like, wait, girl, how far are you about to take this?
Right, because she sat down on the bed and everything. I was like, she about to, wait till he sleep afterwards. I don't know.
About to go all in on this one. No,
But then
yeah, I
they threw
did
in a,
like
they
the
threw
little
in a wrinkle
things.
about, if they've already killed somebody, then they don't count. And I was like, man. But it was
Oh,
good. It's real good.
waste. Yeah, I really like that actress. Like I remember when I was watching it, I text you and I was like, "Hey man, like the lead in this is really good."
Yeah.
I don't want to butcher another name. But my thing with her is like I hope that going forward, she does not get relegated to playing stereotypical characters because of her ethnicity.
Right. 'Cause she's pretty.
Yeah, she is really pretty. Because I was just looking at some of the other stuff she's been in, and I'm just looking at how she has to be dressed in that. I'm like, get your money, yes. And characters like this do exist, but that's not her.
Right. I wish the best. Ooh, I just saw the name. Anjana Vasan and Papa Asidu. Yeah, both of them acting on point. Great job.
Hmm.
It basically was just them two interacting with each other and then the side characters, and they carried it. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, like I feel like that's part of the thing too. Like the writing was solid, but like if you had two actors that one didn't have the chemistry and two couldn't handle the material, this would not have been such a good episode.
Right, right.
So
But
what mm,
go ahead.
I was gonna round it out, but please.
No, that's what I was gonna do. Go ahead.
What was your favorite episode this season?
That was exactly what I was gonna ask you. All right. Let me go back to the list. All right. Honestly, from it's gonna be between number one and number
Jonas Awful.
six.
Jonas
And
between Jonas Awful and Demon 79.
79.
Interesting. Okay.
So I will have to say Demon 69. I love this episode.
Okay.
I love this episode.
So for me, it's between Jonas Awful and Lock Henry. Um, because while Lock Henry was like super low key, and honestly, Lock Henry could have been like an episode on like Twilight Zone or Outer
Right.
Limits. Like it could have just been any anthology show. But like Jonas Awful is like peak Black Mirror. Like
Mirror.
this is what
Yes.
we come to Black Mirror for.
Mhm.
So it'd be between those two. If I had to like pick one, gun to my head, it would be Lock Henry as my favorite one.
That'll be number three. I go Demon 69,
Okay.
then Jonas Awful, and then Lock Henry.
Okay. And then Beyond the Sea and Maisie Day.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean, I'd go Lock Henry, Jonas Awful, Demon 79, Beyond the Sea, Maisie Day. So we're not too far off.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite overall episode? So
There's
why your
certain
favorite?
certain what certain things just pop in my head. I think about, was it like the mayor fucking the pig?
Oh, the very first
Uh
episode.
I think the video game one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wait. Which one? The interactive on Netflix or the dude who decided
No,
who was trying to play test the game?
no, it was what's it called? Something fighters with
Oh, Striking Vipers. Okay.
Striking Vipers. Yeah, Striking Vipers. I don't know. Like those are the ones that first come to mind. Ooh, no. Oh, now they're all coming back. The girl who is based off likes in real life, or not, what is it? Based
Oh
off of
yeah. With Bryce Dallas Howard.
yeah, it is based
Ooh,
off, and then like she was
and
so good, and then she went down.
man,
There's a lot of good ones out now. I'm thinking about. They're all
yeah.
coming to my mind. What about you?
So, um, I love John Hamm. So like White Christmas,
Mm.
that's one of my favorites. But like yesterday, I was like in a I want to watch something comforting. So let me watch some Black Mirror. I rewatched Hated in the Nation because I remember like I really liked that one. That's the one to me that felt like it's 2023 now. Like if you watch like a Law and Order episode in like 20 years, that would be it. Where
What's, you,
it's like
what's the name of it?
Hated in the Nation. It's the finale of season 3. It's the one where the police are investigating like people are being murdered and like on Twitter, people are like saying death to XYZ. And so like people are tweeting like hate speech towards people and like those
Hmm.
people that they're tweeting against are ended up are mysteriously dying.
Hmm.
Like that's like all the things. Like it's like an extremely competent like Law and Order episode where they're trying to investigate like what is happening. And then it's
Hmm.
like the technology, it doesn't seem super futuristic, right? Because it's like if part of the subplot is like the bees have like are starting to die off. And so like
Hmm.
a tech company is like, oh yeah, we're gonna make these artificial bees. And it's
Hmm.
like I could see them doing some shit like that in like the next
Oh
10
yeah,
years if
yeah.
we, you know. So like it just felt like a really realistic world and like how much like people like post shit online and like they don't mean it, but they mean it. And it's just like how we don't really think about like how all that affects people. Like outside of like the people mysteriously dying, like how people can just dump on somebody and then like the real world effects of that, you know?
Right. Right now, speaking of that, this happened last year. She was a Japanese wrestler. Her name was Hana Kimura.
Okay.
So she was on a Japanese reality show, like a uh, what's that MTV thing?
Cribs?
Like a Big Brother type of thing where people
Okay.
live together and stuff. So basically something happened on the show where one dude did something to her wrestling gear or something and she got upset to where people in real life were bullying Hannah Kimura. And then she ended up I know you're not supposed to say the word, but I don't know how to go around it. She ended up committing suicide. Right. So basically, so then Japan now is creating laws and stuff against cyberbullying and things like that. So it's it's one like my thing is it's one thing to be like, hey Rock, I don't like your movie. I wish you would be no more diverse in your stuff versus saying, oh, Dwayne Johnson, I hope you die or some shit like that. Those are two different things.
Right.
You can critique somebody's art without criticizing the person. I know Dwayne Johnson on camera or whatever. He's a genuine dude, good dude. He's always
Yeah.
doing nice things. So I would never come out here and disrespect Dwayne Johnson, the person. I'll be
Hmm.
critiquing his movies.
Yes.
So, and people go way too far with that, which attacking the person versus their craft and everything else like that. And my thing is with social media, if you would not say this to this
To a
person
person in their face.
or in public in like a soapbox type of thing, then don't say
Hmm.
it on Twitter. Don't say it on social media.
People just feel like that insulation just, you know,
Right. You get your cartoon avatar, or you can say whatever you want.
yeah,
And the
that's
worst thing
not
is I hate when celebrities or fake or people in general respond back to the trolls. You're giving them the attention that they deserve or that they want. Because there's a lot of times where you see somebody be like for example, I'll be like, fuck you, Chad. And then you're like, oh, why you say that? And I'm like, I was playing, I'm a big fan. I was just trying to see if he's gonna respond back to me. And it's just
hmm
like you're giving them the attention that they wanted.
right. But let's also look at it from the other end, where it's like you're taking real life logic and trying to apply that to internet, right? So
Right,
it's
which
like
is never
somebody's
the
like,
case.
fuck you. And you're like, well, why don't you tell me about that? And it's like, look at you spelling words right, you fucking piece of shit.
Right, right.
You know, can't win. But I hear you. But
Never.
it's also like you're feeling all these things if you're being attacked.
Right. I mean, and I see that side of it too, to where at one point, because it's not just one person doing this, you're getting probably hundreds, thousands of this stuff. So then you probably hit that breaking point. The next one you see, that's the one you're gonna say something to.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. But yeah, so overall, I felt like this was a decent season. Like 4 out of 5 ain't bad, right?
Right. I mean, welcome back, Black Mirror. Thank you for
Mhm.
coming. We enjoyed your stay. We could have had a lot more fun. We had a good time. I ain't gonna say
Spent
we had a great time. We
4
had
years
fun.
in between seasons. 4 years.
Right. So um maybe if you guys split this black and red to you might get come more frequently.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah,
And
same.
at first I didn't like how their seasons were short, but now I liked how they keep them short.
Yeah, like we don't really need y'all churning this shit
I,
out.
yeah, I don't need 12 episodes of Black Mirror. No.
You mm, I mean, unless you hate yourself.
Right, right.
These are
Because
not
when you
happy. This is not a happy show.
right, and plus they're all like they're not going to be winners. So
No.
the ratio of that is not going to be a good thing to put that much content out.
I feel like they did pretty good, 80%. Um, the last season, I'm looking at the 3 episodes they did. They did Strife Game Vipers, the one where the video game, Smithereens, that is the one where the guy, he's trying to get in contact basically with the head of Twitter, if you remember that one. Like he like carjacked somebody and he just wants to talk to the head of Twitter to like get him to like remove something or get the password to an account or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And then the last one's the one with Miley Cyrus, and it's like that Miley Cyrus one was not that good. But yeah, so we just wanted to come back and close this out, and we appreciate you guys for listening. And maybe we'll do this with more shows, or maybe we won't. Who knows?
Yes. Can think of the wait word. What's it? Turn your alerts on
Yeah,
so they can get.
turn your
Uh,
notifications on.
oh, there we go. Yeah.
If you're watching this on YouTube, do the YouTube things, like and subscribe. If you're listening to the audio version, please follow us and leave us a review and rate us because we need that. But do the things, engagement, leave comments, all the things. Thank you so much. I always forget to say shit like that.
I'm about to start saying that. Do the things.